Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be talking about a case that's related to a video I saw online. I was on Twitter and then I saw this body cam footage of a quote-unquote routine traffic stop and I was like, okay, this is probably going to be boring. And then it turns out that this traffic stop busted a pedophile. So not the routine traffic stop, I'd say. So then I fell down the rabbit hole of seeing who the fuck this man was, and that's what we're going to talk about today. I will be including the footage, the body cam footage, if I don't get copyrighted. If not, it'll be linked down below. Accused child rapist Jeremy Guthrie pulled over for DUI with 6 kids in his car, claims they're his friends. Disturbing video. If you're in a car with 6 children and you say that they're your friends, I think you should go to prison. Just immediately. No investigation needed. You need to go to prison. There is something very creepy about adults referring to children as their friends in this context. Newly resurfaced footage shows the disturbing DUI arrest of an alleged child rapist who had 6 boys and girls in his car with empty bottles of tequila and Fireball. Jeremy Guthrie was arrested last year on a New Mexico highway while driving erratically, and police discovered the children, one of which he allegedly raped and impregnated after meeting on social media. Police body cam footage from July 5th, 2022 showed then 41-year-old Guthrie driving across a highway and then behaving incoherently once stopped. When police approached the car, they were stunned to find it full of young boys and girls who Guthrie claimed were his friends and insisted with slurred words were all 18. In the footage, he is very, weird seems like an understatement. Like, you're basically stopping a pedophile van, so you have this man with a bunch of children who aren't, like his kids or his kids and their friends, just his friends, which in and of itself, alarming. But his behavior is so sketchy. In fact, I thought he was high. Apparently he was drinking, but he comes off as so incredibly suspicious. Like, even if he had lied successfully, I don't think anyone would have believed it because of all these, like, children crammed in this car.
Hey there.
Hello.
How are you?
All right.
Just all right?
Yeah.
Okay. Is your driver's license?
Yeah.
There's your wallet right there between your legs.
Sorry. Just a little bit nervous.
So was I. The way you're driving?
Huh?
I said... You mentioned that you were nervous? Right. I was nervous while I was behind you driving down I-40. You were in lane number 1. At times, you went all the way from lane number 1 all the way over. Didn't use a signal. Had problems keeping your vehicle one lane. And then, when you merge on from westbound 40 to northbound 25, you took that curve way too fast.
I did. I'm sorry.
I thought you were going to crash.
No, I don't.
I didn't say. I don't think so. I'm just saying I thought you were going to crash. Okay, and then you have a bunch of kids in the car. How many kids? You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Who are these kids to you?
This is my friend.
That's your friend?
Yeah.
How old's your friend?
18.
That girl's not 18?
Huh?
That girl's not 18?
Yeah.
No, she's not.
No, I don't think she is.
That girl's not 18. Trust me. She don't look 18. Ma'am, how old are you? I didn't ask you your name. I asked you how old you were. Jeremy, turn the car off and come back here and talk to me.
All right.
Let me see the keys. Thank you. Come on out. Why's your zipper, your buttons down on your crotch?
Well, I probably just forgot.
Okay. Come back here. Come back with me, Jeremy. Stand right here.
I'll button my zipper.
Yeah, please button your zipper.
Yeah. I mean, I had to take like a piss and
Good?
I'm good.
Okay. Jeremy, how much you had to drink tonight?
I haven't had anything to drink.
Okay, I'm asking you again. Okay, you can barely stand still. Your speech is slurred. I've never heard you speak. You have a strong odor of an alcoholic beverage emitting from, keep your hands out of your pockets. Yeah, but you actually have an overwhelming odor of an alcoholic beverage emitting from your breath. I know I haven't been drinking. So how much have you been drinking? Based on your driving, you're driving like a total idiot. How much you had to drink?
I messed up.
Gotcha.
And I did. But I haven't been drinking.
Can you explain why I can smell from your breath every time you breathe and talk to me?
What is that?
Can you explain to me why I can smell the strong odor of an alcoholic beverage emitting from your breath every time you breathe and talk to me? Explain that odor.
Well, I don't even know. I mean, yeah. I mean, I haven't had anything to drink.
When did you last drink?
Like, probably. It's been a little while.
Like an hour?
I would say it's more than
Like maybe 2?
Yeah.
Roughly? Okay.
Like 2 hours.
That's fair. Because you know what? 2 hours is totally different than, no, I haven't been drinking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
I mean,
that's okay. That's okay. We're not gonna argue about it. I mean, I know what I smell. I know what I hear. I know what I see. Okay. Simple as that.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you.
Well, you already did. You said I hadn't been drinking. And then I kind of played you, said, was it an hour ago? Like, no, longer. 2 hours? Yeah.
It's been a few hours.
Okay.
I mean.
Gotcha. Well,
I mean.
we're not going to argue about that. I mean, I know what I smell. Okay? Do you think you're safe to drive? Do you think you're safe to drive?
Yeah.
You do?
Absolutely.
Once again, you and I will disagree on that, too. I don't think you're safe to drive. Just based on how you're driving. All over I-40. Again, going way too fast around that curve. Okay? Just stand right here, in front of my car. All those people in the car, who are they?
They're just my friends. I mean.
Do you normally hang out with people who are young?
I mean, okay, he was under the influence, whatever. How do you think you're gonna get away with that? On the off chance you get stopped, you have a car full of kids, none of whom are related to you and none of whom have a legitimate reason to be in your car, and you think the cops are just gonna be like, yeah, okay. I'm not gonna try and understand what this man was thinking, but idiot. Good, because you're caught, but idiot. At one point, Guthrie was baffled by the preliminary question, have you suffered a traumatic brain injury? He was then cuffed and charged with driving under the influence, along with 6 counts of child abuse. But once booked, Guthrie was accused of raping a 12-year-old girl who was in the car. The girl had a miscarriage during a year of sexual abuse she suffered at his hands. The girl's twin was also in the car, and he allegedly sent her lewd texts, is suspected of raping her too, and talked about how much he loved the sisters. This was not something I expected to read. Also because, thank God, I'd never stopped to really consider how sex offenders, pedophiles, or whatever might take advantage of twins, specifically if they were identical twins. And that is a door I still don't really want to open because it's very creepy to me. It's disgusting and sickening. The fact that one of these 2 girls that he was taking advantage of had a miscarriage and he kind of just moved on to the other one. I'm gonna leave that there, but I'm disturbed because I'd never thought of that, to be honest. It makes me sick. I'm livid about what he did to my granddaughters, the girl's grandmother told KRQE News 13. And he's just a very, very sick person. Guthrie is suspected of raping at least one other underage girl, according to the Albuquerque Journal. In the body cam footage of his arrest, Guthrie could be seen struggling to find his wallet after police asked for his driver's license. "There's your wallet right there, between your legs," the officer said. Finally handing over the wallet, Guthrie said, "Sorry, just a little bit nervous." Once you know who Guthrie is, it makes sense that he'd be nervous. But back when I watched the clip, before I had all of the context we just got here, it immediately set off the alarm bells, right? You couldn't even really see that there were people back in the car in the clip that I saw. But immediately, it's normal to be nervous around the police. God knows, I've never been stopped, but the few times I've had to deal with them, it has not been a good experience for me, so understandable. Here, it's like you really have a reason to be stressed out. You just have a van full of kids and you're a pedophile, so you should really be freaking out here. Stepping out of the car, the fly of Guthrie's jeans was unbuttoned and he began to insist he hadn't had anything to drink, despite the officers saying he reeked of alcohol. There's a whole argument to be made about being a pedophile, child sexual abuser, whatever we want to call him. I would already say that that's child endangerment, but the fact that you're driving with all these kids in your car while you're fucking drunk too, to me it just underlines the complete disregard you have for other people's lives, specifically these children and of course anyone else you might meet on the road that you could run over or crash into. But what do we expect from a pedophile? Not much. As one of the police returned to the truck to speak with the kids inside, another officer began to ask Guthrie preliminary questions for a field sobriety test. Asked whether he had suffered any traumatic brain injuries, Guthrie responded, "Possibly. How would you know such things?" Why do you think they're asking you that? You're clearly acting some type of way. Then asked whether he had any conditions that affected his balance, Guthrie said possibly. I'm thankful this man was either drunk or stupid, or most likely both. I do love to see the police with criminals who just give themselves away. It makes everything so much easier, but truly, if this were another crime, it would almost be comical how you might as well just tell the cops you're guilty immediately instead of doing this whole thing. Guthrie was then incapable of understanding the officer's directions to recite the alphabet from H through S, and while counting down from 62 to 47, he skipped the 50s altogether and slugged away slowly into the 30s. Revisiting the alphabet challenge, Guthrie said, "I don't like that one." Man, it's such a shame that you can't pick the sobriety test you want that you're comfortable with. Life really is hard for the pedophiles of the world, is it not? Fucking idiot, dude. Satisfied with the evidence, the officers finally cuffed Guthrie and put him in the squad car. The children's parents arrived on the scene on the side of the highway to collect them. Shortly after Guthrie's arrest, the twin girls' grandmother informed police that he'd been raping and sexually abusing the girls for over a year. One of the girls told police that she'd met Guthrie on Snapchat, according to the Albuquerque Journal, and that he'd been regularly raping her over a lengthy time span. She said he recorded at least one of the assaults and had been using cocaine, methamphetamine, and owned numerous guns. Once behind bars, Guthrie didn't relent. Now, this is a side note, but I am gonna ask, how the fuck does grandma know that you've been getting raped by this person? And why hasn't anything happened?